What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Surfing the Stream, where every week we are on a quest to find out what is the greatest movie of all time. I am Matt Primo, joined by Josh Primo,
What's up, my bitches?
and we are back finally. So we have some housekeeping to take care of before we jump into this review of the movie Devotion. It came out last year. It was a lot of people were calling it the Top Gun Maverick knockoff, basically. And it was finally on sale. I got it for $10 on Vudu and thought it was a perfect time to finally check it out and review it. But like I said, before we jump into all that, got some housekeeping to take care of. If you're an audio listener, and do you want to listen or watch us on YouTube? Well, great news for you. We are on YouTube now. Search for us at 2Game on YouTube. And we have all kinds of shit on that channel. We have Let's Play series for the 2Game podcast. We also have reviews from Surfing the Stream. And then I'll be adding in some music song reaction videos as well. That it is part of our Wall of Death podcast. That's an exclusive podcast for Patreon supporters, which you can get by going to patreon.com/2game. And that is the number 2. By supporters any of those tiers, that's how you get access to the Discord and all those exclusive podcasts and content. But if you are following along with us, you will also have noticed that this is not The Sopranos. I was I was talking to Josh the other day, and it's been weighing on me a lot lately. Like, do I want to finish the series or not? And I put it to him. I was like, "Hey, do you want to finish it? Do you want to finish what we fucking started, or do you just want to be like little fucking pussies and fucking just say, fuck it, we'll just cancel it." And we're pussies, and we canceled it.
You know what was weighing on you, huh? That was my dick on your head.
Yeah.
You motherfucker, you didn't let me slip that in.
I saw your face. I was like, oh no, I keep talking.
What a fucking dick.
So yes, it just wasn't getting the traction that I had hoped it would be, and it was just there just wasn't much interest in doing those reviews for The Sopranos. I absolutely love The Sopranos. It's still probably my all-time favorite series, but it just wasn't feasible. I didn't like the logistics of reviewing 3 episodes at once. When I started reviewing the Last of Us series, I really enjoyed doing 1 episode per week while it was airing, and to me, that was the best thing. That TV series, or that not that TV series, that review series got a lot of feedback and a lot of plays and whatnot. So I don't mind doing that in the future for like brand new TV series or one offs or whatever. But The Sopranos, it's too long of a series. It's too old. Nobody really cares about The Sopranos anymore.
Hey,
Uh,
motherfucker.
they're idiots. They're idiots. Would you let me finish? I'm
Damn.
just saying. So that's why we are no longer reviewing The Sopranos. If you sitting there and you're going, "That's fucked up, man. I need my reviews for The Sopranos." Well, you know one way that you can make us redo The Sopranos. Patreon.com/2game. The number 2. Go on there and request it, and that is how you get us to do different things each and every week. Our Patreon supporters are pretty much the controllers of all of our content. So if that's something that entices you, go to patreon.com/2game. But that's enough of the housekeeping bullshit. We're on YouTube. Go look us there. If you're looking us on YouTube and you just want to listen to audio, go to any of your favorite audio podcasts apps, and we are there as well. I feel like I can breathe now, getting all that fucking
I
information out at once.
felt like I fell asleep.
You're such a dick. All right, Devotion. Let's fucking jump into it. Dude, it has been, I can't tell you the last time I reviewed a fucking movie. It's been a
It's
minute.
been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Because on the episodes that I haven't been with you, I've been doing Last of Us. So those weren't movies. Dude, it's been a couple months, probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Almost forgot how to do this. All right, Devotion. A pair of U.S. Navy fighter pilots risk their lives during the Korean War and become some of the Navy's most celebrated wingmen. Keep note of that. I'm going to come back to that. The movie is directed by J.D. Dillard, who also directed Sweetheart and the movie Slate. It had
Ooh, Sweetheart was a good one.
you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Where'd you see that at?
Uh, on the fucking iPad.
You're such a fuck dumbass. Where'd you watch that at? At home. Fucking
On your
idiot.
mom's couch.
Fucking idiot, man. Uh,
Oh wait, no, yeah.
this
Oh
movie
no,
had,
I didn't watch Sweetheart. My bad. That's my fault. No, I didn't watch that.
yeah, this didn't seem like something you would watch. You're thinking about the Jason Momoa series, aren't you?
Yeah, what was the name of that? One?
It had sweet in it. I do know that. It's probably called Sweet Dick.
I was gonna say Sweet Nuts, but I was trying to figure out how to tuck it in there, but I was like, too much of a stretch.
Shout out to that. This movie had a budget of $90 million and it grossed $21.7 million. So it didn't do too good on the budget there. It stars Jonathan Majors, who has been in the news recently. So hopefully people aren't like, fuck this review. I'm not listening to an abuser or some shit. But it also has Glenn Powell in it, who is also in Top Gun Maverick, and Christina Jackson. It has a runtime of 2 hours and 19 minutes, and it was released November 23rd, 2022. Do you have any fun facts or goofs or anything?
Nah.
I got 3 fun facts for you.
Oh, I do have one. The main actor's cousin is Jonathan Majors. His cousin is Ray Rice. Who knew that?
The football player?
Yeah, the one that beat the shit out of that girl in the elevator.
Like cousins, huh?
There's been enough time passed for me to be able to use that.
Well, Jonathan Majors just got arrested for beating his girlfriend or something like that.
I know that's why they're cousins.
I know.
But you don't have to explain the joke to me. I told it.
Sorry, I felt like I was tagging that again. All right.
I'm gonna bet $5 that doesn't make the original cut.
Oh no, that's definitely going on there. I'm willing to go down with the ship on this one.
Shout out.
All right, so Jesse Brown was the first African American aviator for the U.S. Navy. Coming back to that as well, for the dogfight scenes, the director hired Kevin LaRosa II, who oversaw and designed the flight sequences for Top Gun Maverick. So if you notice some similarities in the dogfight scenes, that's why. And then the last fun fact is the Medal of Honor that Glenn Powell is wearing at the end of the film is the actual Medal of Honor that was awarded and worn by Tom Huckner Jr.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact now.
Yeah. So, all right, sir. I haven't gotten your opinion on any of this. I don't know how you feel about it. First off, let's start with your expectations. What did you expect going into this?
It wasn't very high because I don't remember ever hearing about this movie coming out. So I was on the brink of it was going to be a story and it was going to remind me of what was that other war movie we reviewed and it was fucking horrible. It was the Pearl Harbor one. And I was like, "Oh my god, the CGI is insanely
Oh, was
bad
it?
in this."
It was the Iwo Jima one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I don't remember ever hearing this one get any uh fucking commercials, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Advertisement.
That's it.
Phone a friend.
Don't be saying advertisement like I'm stupid now.
I have nothing.
You're
Moving
still a
on.
dick.
Moving on. So I don't know. Maybe I heard from somewhere that this movie was a underrated gem. So I thought going into this was gonna have some great acting, some great aerial fight scenes, and a decent overall story that was going to tell the story of the first African American U.S. Navy pilot. And again, hold on to that little thought. What did you think of Devotion, sir?
This guy got me like juggling and shit. All these thoughts I'm holding.
Oh my god, I fucking hate you so much.
What did I think about it? I actually liked this movie. I liked it to an extent. I think they shorted themselves on this movie. What was
All
that on
right.
your finger? That was the weirdest fucking face I've ever seen.
I was like a fucking hair or some shit. Fucking dude, straight up fucking called me out on that.
You broke my concentration. That's why we never did videos before.
This shit's going fucking down quick. You-
Where was I at?
I don't even know.
I liked the movie. I think they shorted it a little bit. I feel like we didn't get the full story. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a movie about the first African American aviator pilot, but we missed the whole front portion of his career, and all we get is just a one look at it. To me,
All right, so y'all remember those things I just told you to juggle? Well, now we're going to talk about them. Oh,
what did you do with the monkey sound when you
I don't, I
juggled?
don't, I don't know. All right, so I mentioned in the plot that these Navy pilots become the best wingmen of all time in the Navy, right? You wouldn't fucking know that because they didn't really develop that relationship very well. And then Jesse Brown becomes the first African American aviator, right? Well, you didn't fucking know that until the very end of the movie. They
That is true.
literally never mentioned it until the very end of the movie. Like, I thought going into this, that's what this movie was about. And to me, that would have been a significantly more interesting movie if they would have built up that. Like, if the whole time they're like, "You think you're going to be the first African American aviator?" And fucking build a story around that. But like you said, this movie starts like halfway through it, basically. Like, I feel like we're missing half of a movie.
Yeah, you know what movie this should have been kind of telling is Men of Honor, because we got to see his progression all the way through the Navy to
Mm-hmm.
where he was at and what he overcame, and that's exactly what we needed here. Because, like, say he was in the bathroom saying all that stuff to himself, we had no idea what the fuck he was doing that for.
No, no, you don't find that out until the very end as well.
Yeah, so at first I was like, man, this guy's fucking crazy.
Wait, talking to yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
So to me, this is not a movie that I would ever watch again. I
No.
think I think we can file this in the category of, remember when we did that war movies? Uh yeah, war movies in review. Was that
Hmm.
last year? Was that last year? Is that a year
No,
ago?
man, that was like
2 years ago.
two, yeah, two,
God damn.
maybe almost three.
So when we did that, I remember being highly disappointed by all of the war movies that just fucking sucked. There are basically two things in this world that you can pretty much guarantee. One, sports movies are generally very good. war movies are generally very bad. Those are the two things you can kind of hang your hat on nowadays. And this movie is no different. I think you can file this in the category of just bad war movies. I wouldn't recommend it to people either. I think the biggest issue is this movie is supposed to be about Jesse Brown. Is he the main character?
No, it's kind of the white guy,
Yeah. Colin Powell. Not Colin Powell, that's the fucking senator.
Colin Powell. This what was he a senator?
Not
He
the
was like a
senator,
fucking he was a general.
general. Someone doesn't know their fucking history, huh?
And Brad, that was like the area you grew up in. You should have like
Hey,
knowed.
hey, I fucking corrected myself. Fuck you.
This is what a Mississippi education gets you, ladies and gentlemen.
Glenn Powell.
This
Like,
guy thinks a fucking juggler sounds like a monkey, and then he thinks Colin Powell is a senator.
I fucking hate you so much. Well, guys, this is it for Surfing the Stream. We will no longer be reviewing movies because this is
you,
what you get. This is what you get when you don't pay somebody. You get what you pay for.
you're not wrong. You know what's weird is for some reason I want to tell people to watch this movie.
Why is that?
I felt like the story was good. The story behind it was good. You know I like war movies, and I just felt like I had never heard of the Jesse guy before this movie. Never. And I just felt like it was an interesting story. I just wish it was done differently. But I don't regret watching it. I still felt like it was decent for what it was.
Yeah, I mean, to me, being labeled as the first African American pilot in U.S. Navy history, to me, that's pretty fucking huge. So why didn't we focus on that? That's gonna be the biggest issue with the movie for me is that, and then the character development. Because I feel like not only is Jesse's character very inconsistent throughout the course of the movie. It's like one second he's like, "Hey man, don't fucking fight my fights for me," and then the next second he's like, "Bro, why didn't you fucking fight for me?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, you want your cake and you eat it too, I guess. Like, fucking make up your mind. What do you want?" So his character is just inconsistent throughout the entire movie, and honestly, I didn't find him all that likable. They didn't do a good job of writing him whatsoever. And I don't know if y'all can kind of pick up what I'm putting down here. I am slowly going down on my score the longer we talk about this.
That's funny because I think our scores are going to be so far apart. It's going to be like a chick's leg on prom night. It's going to be wide apart.
The picture was perfect.
I
Yeah,
won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
it's a fucking children's show. Stop doing that.
You know, I do have a favorite scene to this movie, and this is what made me. Yeah, up to this point, I was like, yeah, they're missing it. But as soon as this scene came in, I'm like, they miss the mark. And it's when the Marines are getting overran, and that's when the bombers come in. And some of that scenes in there, I think, was some of the best action the whole movie had to see. And that just made me realize how much they missed the cue on what part of the story they told.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think it was some of it was like one of my least favorite action scenes.
It was one of my least favorite action scenes.
I fucking hate you so much. Actually, my favorite sequence was probably the first aerial fight scene, the dog fight where they're trying to blow up the bridge. That
Oh
to me,
yeah, yeah.
but all right, let's be completely honest here. I think I love that the most because that to me feels the most like Top Gun Maverick.
I'm guessing I didn't want the movie to feel like Top Gun.
I didn't want it to either, but when I'm getting a little piece of the pie from Top Gun, I'm like, I mean, I'll take it.
Shout out.
And that's another thing. Like you don't necessarily want a Top Gun Maverick movie, but when I'm watching this movie, all I could think about was Top Gun Maverick and how I would rather watch that movie.
Yeah,
I mean, that's unfair.
you're making me go down on the score. And it's unfair because I just think they picked the wrong portion of time to show us who this Jesse, the first African American pilot, fighter pilot was. Well, that's all, folks.
you, you know you deserve that.
I completely did.
But no, to your point, I think you are absolutely correct. I think this could have been a great story. The underlying story, the him being the first African American pilot, that's a great hook. That's a great storyline. And by all means, I think if they would have changed a lot of things up and then released it like this year versus last year, I think that maybe the movie would have done a lot better because, like you said, we are comparing it to Top Gun Maverick, and Top Gun Maverick, for all intent and purposes, basically saved cinema. I mean, you can go and click on any website, and it's basically thanking Tom Cruise for saving the theater because it was the first c word to bring back c word movie to bring back people to the theaters. You can keep jerking off all you want, dude.
Bro, you're such a Tom Cruise dick rider.
I am. Don't get me wrong. I am.
I think that is the most overstatement in history.
You think?
I think it is. I think there was a lot of other projects that should be spotlighted over. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't a good movie. I just don't think it saved cinema.
I don't. What movie would you pick over that movie that saved cinema? That literally had the best opening in the COVID era. Era.
Back in my day, I don't know. I'll research what movies came out and I'll let you know which one's better.
Yeah, I mean, movie theaters were literally closing across the country.
Yeah, I lived through COVID. I remember.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was like yesterday.
Oh, just like yesterday. All right, so we're not talking about Top Gun Maverick here, okay? We've already talked about it. Back to this movie, Devotion. Some of the other big things that I have issues with this movie, other than the fact that the story is not all that great, and we got like half of it, and they didn't do a good job of explaining how he became the first African American pilot. I don't really give a shit about anything that's going on because they didn't develop the characters very well. Those other men in his squad. Do you remember any of their names?
You
No,
got me, sir. You got me.
no, because they sucked as characters. They didn't do a good job of differentiating between the characters. They all just seem like the same character, just with different names that I can't remember. So to me, that was a huge thing. So at the
Shout
very
out.
end, that's fair. So at the very end, when Jesse dies, by the way, was not expecting him to die.
That totally did not see that coming. I was not expecting that.
I thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to be Tom that died.
I just want to know what he died from. Like his leg was stuck. I'm
I
confused on why. Did he die because he was cold? Did he die from his leg? We never know.
It's true. I just assumed it was from the cold.
I see. I assumed it from. Shit. I thought it was from the. Fuck you. The leg. But then I expected the plane to explode or something crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. So I do like how they kind of played with expectations right there. But granted, let's be honest here. They can't really play with our expectations right there because he
Blip,
died.
blip, 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 blip.
I can't fucking talk either.
What about that goofy ass helicopter though?
Right?
Yeah, I was like, the Jetsons called.
That's cool. Dude, it did. That shit was goofy as fuck.
I wish it wasn't his name Elroy.
I don't fucking remember.
Well, the joke's not good now. We don't know.
I mean, I watched that movie today. I don't remember any of these motherfuckers' names.
No, no,
I
you're
mean, at the
right.
end, like when I said, when he died and everybody's kind of reeling from that and they're doing his little funeral and stuff like that, I'm like, I wish, I wish I cared about this.
I liked this movie a lot more before you started talking.
I mean, you weren't gonna watch it again anyways.
I wasn't, but I started out with I like this movie, and now I'm like, hmm, not so much.
And then the other big things that I didn't like goes back to chemistry between the actors and the writing. I felt like the dialogue was off, or maybe it was the chemistry. I don't know. A lot of the scenes just felt awkward to me between the actors. It was almost kind of like they were trying to improvise, but they sucked at improvising. Like
Yeah, I can see that.
said something, and they're like, "Oh, that's not the fucking line." Wait, hold on, let me think. Okay, yeah, and then they'd go like, that's how they would improvise, and
How'd that go again?
I'm not doing it again. So to me, the writing, the acting, the chemistry was just off, and then just Jesse's character in general was just not well written. Let me ask you this: based off of what you know from this movie, is he the best pilot in U.S. Navy history that they proclaimed that he was at the very end of the movie?
It didn't. It didn't explain that well enough. No.
Hmm. So that's another big issue. They say at the very end, our country needed Jesse Brown. Y'all were shitting all over him for fucking 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally taking shits on him. Okay, maybe not literally, but figuratively taking shits
I was
on
about to say, what part of the fucking movie did I miss?
him. I watched the porn parody. But that's my thing. At the very end, they're saying all these great things about him, and it's like you didn't do any of that in the movie. Like I'm sure he was all those things that you said, but nothing that you have done in this movie backs any of that up. And that's like my biggest issue. Those are just my biggest issues with the movie. Is they just they felt like they were just like, okay, let's go the easy route and just say he was the best, but let's not really show why he's the best. And before you even get to that, before you even get told that he's the best pilot of all time or whatever, when the movie starts, he's already a pilot. He's already in the Navy. He's flying pretty fucking good. I mean, the other dude can't really keep up with him. But then
Yeah.
the next sequence, he flies worth dog shit. So it's like, is he the best or is he not? I don't know. Like I said, his character is just so inconsistent from scene to scene, and it was a huge turnoff for me. Would you
Yeah. The one part of the movie I did like that they did explain was when he was, I don't know what the flagger guy was called on the ship, you know, tell them they were too high or too low. And we finally figured out why he never listened to that guy because he said, he'd been told wrong so many times that he didn't trust anybody. So I like that aspect. I just felt like would it have needed to been explained if we would have got to see his earlier career.
agreed? Absolutely agree. Now, to kind of bounce off of that, at the very end, they do complete, I guess, what would be an arc for these characters, both characters. Now, the whole movie sucked with trying to develop them, so I won't call it an arc. But they got the last piece of it, which was the very end. He sticks up for Jesse, goes out of his way, crashes his airplane, and tries to save him. The whole movie has been about him been about him doing that for Jesse, right? Or
Right.
Jesse asking that of him. And then prior to that, Tom is telling him all these things that he needs to do to survive the crash landing, and Jesse is listening to him. So to me, the arc is there. It's fucking there. They just sucked at writing it the fucking first 2 hours of the movie.
That's interesting. You know, I never picked up on that. I never did pick that up, but you're right. He finally
Like,
trusted somebody. Hmm.
I mean, he still died in the end. So what does he get for trusting somebody?
Aren't you a Debbie Downer dad? Dang. I'm feeling all nostalgic, and you're like, bitch, it was worthless. Damn.
Dude, I really like when you say going into a movie, I really want this movie to be fucking good. I really wanted this movie to be fucking good. Like I didn't go into it with low expectation. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I had high expectations. I don't know. But I didn't go into it thinking it was going to be the greatest movie of all time or oh man, I'm not really excited to see this movie. No, I was pretty excited to see this movie. This was a movie that I wanted to see last year prior to doing my top 10 movies of 2022 and it just I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't go to the movies and see it. And now I'm fucking glad I didn't, but it's disappointment. Huge disappointment for me after watching this movie.
Yeah, I understand.
So, what did you end up giving it, sir? Or what would you end
That's
up giving it now?
that's funny. It started out at like a 3.5, 4. You've talked me down to about a 2.5. I knew it had flaws, but then this guy came out here and was like, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, valid point, valid point, valid point. So yeah, 2.5.
I I originally have it as a 2.5 going into this review. I'm gonna give it a 2. I think it would be. See, I feel like I would be dirty giving it a 1.5. I'm gonna go with a 2. I'm going with a 2. I think there's lots of issues, but if you're sitting here watching us or listening to us and you're like, hey, I still kind of want to watch it. It's watchable. Okay, maybe I just didn't turn my brain off and just fucking enjoy it for what it was. But I just don't think it's a well-made movie whatsoever.
I would tell him to watch it just because of the historic aspect of it. I guess him being the first African American pilot, and I never knew anything about him, so I found that side of it interesting. And it's not like it's taught in school very much, so it's a good piece of war history, really. It's not done very well.
Just not done very well. Fucking go on YouTube, guys. I'm sure there's some fucking videos on there.
Yeah.
Or Google that shit. Google it, bitch.
Pornhub.
Pornhub. Don't watch the parody that I watch, okay, guys? Get halfway through it. I don't think I'm watching the same movie.
Yeah.
What's the storyline of this? The dude's just having lots of sex. I don't think there's nothing to do.
Well, he's really bombing that ass, ain't he?
It's just dropping loads left and right. You're trying to think of something.
I'm trying to figure out where the line was at. So I'm good with that last one, and I'm gonna stay there.
You usually are the one that crossed the line.
Normally.
Some reservation in you. I like it, man. You're learning. You learn
I
from your mistakes.
the one joke I had was pretty. I don't think it would have made it. So we'll just end it on that.
Well, guys, I appreciate y'all joining us. And like I said, check us out on your favorite podcast app or go check us out on YouTube, whichever you prefer. We now have content everywhere that you can check out. Please share us on social media, share our YouTube page, like, subscribe, do all that other weird shit that you do on YouTube. And we're also on TikTok, by the way. So search for us on TikTok as well. I'm trying to do funny shit on there, not so much serious, but it is what it is. But Josh, I appreciate you joining me, sir.
Yes, sir. Keep Tina off TikTok. She's kind of boring.
Right? I'm like, she's watching some shit on TikTok, and I'm like, bro, this isn't funny, and she's like dying laughing. I'm like, bro, this is fucking stupid. Why are you laughing?
All right,
And
here's the one thing about TikTok I don't get. People record themselves with a voiceover. It's like, I would have said that if I would have thought about it. So I'm gonna act like I said it.
wow, that was a shot right at Tina.
That's a shot at all the chicks on TikTok, really, because it's not just Tina that does it. I promise you.
Why are you lip syncing this? You look weird. You're not even synced right.
You're not even singing the right song.
It's like I'm watching a samurai movie from the 70s.
What's his name? Oh, what's his fucking name? Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee,
Yeah, and then you had a high tower on not high tower. You had the police academy guy.
Jackie Chan, not Police
Uh,
Academy. That
Not
was
police academy.
who was that?
It's, I don't know. Is that black guy? He'd be like, whoa, 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 and then his
Eddie
voice
Murphy.
would go,
Eddie Murphy.
bruh, was that it? That was not Eddie Murphy.
Are you sure? Well, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up as we do this.
I don't think Eddie Murphy's ever done something that good.
Damn, dude, he used to be a good actor. Police Academy.
Okay, Life. Name another movie that was good.
I don't know who. Oh, Bubba Smith. Yeah, I never would
One
have
hit.
gotten
Yeah, I didn't.
that. I don't even
That
know.
that would have been that would have been my next guess.
God damn it! I would have said that. But anyways, we appreciate y'all joining us, guys, and we will catch y'all next week, maybe the week after. When do you go on vacation?
I go on this week. I kind of feel like we should edit that TikTok stuff I said out. I feel like I'm gonna get some hate mail on that.
Nope. It's so funny to me that if out of all the shit that you have said on this podcast, that's the one that you requested to take off. After all the conversations that I have with you, hey man, I had to cut that out. Oh man, that's fucked up. It was funny. And now it's like, oh, hey man, I shouldn't have said that about TikTok.
You're not wrong.
But all right, guys, we will catch y'all next time on another episode. Laters.
Later.